Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Huddle,
where we talk about football.
and we are extremely tired because we want to go to bed. Anyways,
We do this for
last
you.
week 3, was it? Or was this week 4?
Week 4, yeah.
Yeah, it was week 4, or last week was week 4. This is week 5 now. But anyways, pretty intriguing week, honestly. I thought there were some really good games. We are starting to see really what teams. Like, if you're a playoff contender, if you're a pretender, if you are just absolute trash, Jaguars, and everything in between. But obviously, a couple more weeks for some teams to really start turning their seasons around or stay ahead of the pack. But you know the playbook: NFL news, Trash Talk Tuesday, games of the week, CPAC reacts, and Steel Curtain session. Elijah, let's start it off. Just a couple things we have for NFL news. What's going around? Oh, wow. What's going on around the league?
So one of my all-time favorite receivers, longtime Packer, short-time Raider, Devontae Adams is requesting a trade, or has requested a trade from the Raiders. Obviously, there are a lot of candidates for the for him to go to. Jets being one, Steelers, Saints, whatever. But Packers too. And then Christian McCaffrey, injury went from bad to worse. And if you drafted him first overall in your fantasy league, as I did, well then, I'm sorry.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
I told you, he's either MVP or hurt all season.
Because the Madden curse, I mean...
It's true.
It really kicked in this year.
But that's it for NFL news. Let's move on to Trash Talk Tuesday, even though it's a Thursday night and it's about halftime between the Tampa Bay and Falcons game.
Yeah. All right. So, Colts, 0 weeks without a QB injury. I knew it wouldn't last long. Jets, they lose just about any time Zach Wilson is around.
That's
Packers,
true.
So much for having a kicker. Titans, duel for the best former NFC North backup QB. That is Mason Rudolph and Tyler Huntley, the Pro Bowler. And speaking of, Dolphins, Tua, Tyler Huntley, the Pro Bowler.
No, he is not Pro Bowler.
Steelers. If I had a penny for every game the Steelers had a QB center miscommunication, I'd have 4 pennies, which isn't a lot, but it's crazy that it keeps happening.
Shut up.
And then finally, the Lions, when Jared Goff has more receiving yards or receiving touchdowns in this game than Metcalf, Lockett, and Jackson Smith and Jigba all combined. So
yeah, but Kid
there
don't have so shut up. He probably has more than Mark Andrews right now.
That's true. He probably has more than... Does George Pickens even have a touchdown?
Yeah. I don't think so.
That's crazy.
I don't think. All right, but that's your trash talk. Let's move on to games of the week. I'm not singing the song because I don't know. Best game, Lions Seahawks 42-29. You might be thinking, why is that the best game? It was the best game until the last couple minutes. It was just back and forth. Super high-speed offenses against each other. Kenneth Walker went off in his return.
Yeah, Jared Goff had a perfect game.
18 for 18, yeah.
First time in NFL history.
Which isn't like, I mean, compared to what Drew Brees did whenever he was 30 of 31, I would say that's much better than 18 for 18. But
yeah, true.
I mean,
plus they're running the ball more anyway because they have 2 good running backs. So.
He had some medium passes, threw the ball out there a couple times. A lot of it was checkdowns and small gains, but overall, congrats to him. So that was by far the best game. Biggest blowout, man. Commanders fans, you have waited and waited and waited.
A long time.
And RG3's son has officially came to town. Jaden Daniels, unstoppable. They've punted once in the past 3 games, and they destroyed the Cardinals 42-14. And then the biggest upset of the week, Broncos beat the Jets 10-9. You might be asking why this is an upset. Well, because the Broncos suck, and yes, the Jets do suck, but they weren't supposed to suck. And I think Robert Saleh should be fired. But you got to think too. I mean, Rodgers had issues with McCarthy. He had problems with LaFleur.
All right. You got to do all that. He won a Super Bowl with
He might be
McCarthy.
the common denominator between all these issues.
No, the Jets were bad with Saleh way before Rodgers was there.
Yeah, I'm
Come
not
on
saying
now.
he's a good coach. I'm not a fan of him at all. But come on, Rodgers usually has an issue with the guy that's ahead of him.
It's true.
All right. CPAC reacts. Elijah, your time starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, so the first half was absolutely terrible. And honestly, kind of expected. It always seems to be a blowout in the Packers and Vikings games. The Vikings blow us out the first time, and then we blow them out the second time. But yeah, just very poor play. Jordan Love came back, looked horrible. 2 interceptions. I think he had a third later on. But they ended up coming back. Love threw 4 touchdowns, and yeah, it was just okay. And we have no kicker anymore, so much for that.
For a while. So
yeah. All right. Go Pack Go.
Yeah, Seahawks, as we talked about earlier, really, really thrilling game. I knew our run defense was going to struggle with some injuries, and obviously Montgomery and Gibbs, 2 very insane running backs. But just not what I didn't expect it to be that bad. But 42-29 loss. Still 3-1, but I'm really happy. Still atop the AFC or NFC West. Gino looked really, really good. I was impressed with what he was able to do. 38 of 56, 383 yards, and then a touchdown and an interception. But that yardage-wise, and to throw the ball 56 times, and then have your running back score 3 TDs and have 80 rushing yards is not, bad at all. DK looked good again. He's finally getting pretty consistent, and they're feeding him the ball. So, pretty happy with the performance. Obviously, would have loved to win. But I would say the deciding factor of that game was when DK fumbled. I feel like it switched. Like the momentum switched a lot, even though that was like the first quarter. But yeah, that's it. Go 12s.
All right.
Steel curtain session. You can start it.
Here we go.
Steelers.
Here we go.
I thought we were going to be 4-0, but the Colts stole the show. That was
nice. Hey, at least it rhymed this time. Yeah.
What?
It rhymed
it
this
did
time.
Rhyme this time. It did. Yeah. Hey, that rhymed with time.
That rhymed. Like a mime.
Going, bro. I'm literally Eminem. Oh, he's going to be a grandpa, by the way.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah. Is his grandkid going to be named Skittle?
Shut up. Dude, I'm literally going to put you for DJ. Anyways, we lost 27-24. That defense was atrocious.
Yeah.
To start the game. I don't know. What's your thoughts, Elijah?
Let's start with the good, just to be positive, and then we'll talk about bad. Justin Fields had a nice game.
I trust him a lot more now.
Yeah, except now everybody, there's still question about whether he's going to be the starter or not, which is insane to me. But
he should not be the concrete starter yet. We haven't seen Wilson. I mean, Wilson can come in and he could absolutely, go off 300 passing yards, 4 touchdowns.
Sure, but also we've already seen Justin Fields do it. So
right, or
what
we
reason
can see
would we
Russell Wilson come in and throw under 50% and
exactly.
But nope, Tomlin, he doesn't like hypotheticals, as he says, and he's just waiting to see. For right now, obviously, Fields is the starting quarterback, but not the starter on the depth chart, which I think is fine. I mean, let him work. He's trying to work over a Super Bowl champion. He's trying to work over a guy who has put up MVP caliber numbers for years in his career. So, let him work for it. Yeah.
Let me see. What else? The second half, our run defense really stepped up afterwards.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that was probably because Anthony Richardson got hurt, so they didn't have to account for the
that completely switches our game plan. When we go from trying to counter or trying to stop a dual threat quarterback of his size, his stature, and then you go the 40-year-old Joe Flacco.
Yeah, who had a good game, by the way.
Yeah, he did have a decent game.
I thought that I would have rather had Anthony Richardson in though, because I thought the first pass of the game could have been picked off by Minka, and he is very loose with the ball, so I feel like we would have had more chances for picks. But is what it is. Cordell Patterson was running nice until he got hurt. He really stepped in for Warren. George Pickens, for the most part, did good.
Yeah, that fumble.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can't do that stuff. That really changed the game.
I mean, I respect him for always trying to get the extra. I mean, bro will hurdle somebody on the sideline and just jump into them. I mean, we've seen that multiple times last year. But eventually, you just have to realize you can't do everything. Like, you can't. So
one thing they teach you, like in like kindergarten, protect the ball.
right.
And he can't be holding it with one hand. So yeah. But that wasn't the only fumble, because obviously Fields had some weird shenanigans going on. And Muth had a nice game. He's really stepping up. Calvin Austin, I think, is going to be good.
I told you last year he was going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, he's really stepping up now. He had one catch. He had a nice punt return. But also, it's weird. George Pickens was was targeted. I forget how many times, but there's only like 4 other times that receivers not named George Pickens were passed to, like as in wide receivers, not tight ends or running backs. But
Van Jefferson didn't have a catch like the fourth quarter, and
no, yeah. So
Pickens is our passing team right now,
which it's working. Exactly. If you can't stop it, then there's no problem, in my opinion. Beanie Bishop got his first sack.
Congrats.
Yes. And then Darnell Washington had a very nice play.
Yep. I mean,
that's what he does.
I
know. That's what he does.
I told you in the off season, which I'm not saying like prove you wrong, but I'm saying like in agreement. I said there is nobody gonna stop him in the open field.
No, exactly.
I mean, he put that guy's head in the dirt.
Yeah, he literally like pushed himself off of the helmet that the guy that was on the ground. And he kept himself up by pushing it into the ground.
I mean, the dude's a beast. Give him the ball.
He's a monster. Yeah, he's a monster on the line.
Don't even put him in a different formation or a different scheme after him doing that play. Just like don't use him the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean,
I
think they really like to use him in the pass blocking game, because he's a really nice blocker. So
Roger Jones needs to step it up because that's news. James Daniels, Achilles, right?
Yes,
done for the year. Ozzie Samalu might not be out or be back for a while. I mean, our O line is not
kind of cooked, but I kind of like Mason McCormick. Hopefully he'll step up.
Yeah.
Spencer Anderson's been okay, but not good, not great.
Like trade for someone. Give me Kevin Dotson back.
Yeah, honestly.
I want the Castro. I want Matt Filer. I want Villanueva. I want Pouncey. Who was the other guy?
They always had some like a random at the right tackle, I feel like.
Give me BJ Finney. I want that.
Was it Marcus Gilbert? Was Marcus Gilbert out there or something like that? I don't remember.
Zach Banner.
Zach Banner. No. He's coming. He's making a comeback though. Apparently, NFL comeback.
No, please no. All right. Anyways, let's move on to what was bad, because there was plenty. First half run defense, not great. Pass defense, maybe worse. Center quarterback exchange, another mishap between Frazier and Fields, which Frazier is not playing bad.
No, he's insane. He is one of the highest PFF rating. I think he's like the 3rd on our team.
Right.
PFF, which PFF is, PFF.
Garbage,
but still,
it's is God.
Yeah. But they obviously had one of the first plays, he stepped on Fields' foot, and then obviously the play that kind of threw us back in our comeback drive, the missed snap, which is apparently on Justin Fields for tapping his foot or whatever the heck, and then the right guard tapped Zach Frazier, which means snap the ball. So Zach Frazier snapped the ball. But I think you just blame everybody on that one.
Yeah, that's on everybody for sure.
But that definitely did change the game at the end for sure.
Yeah. TJ, I mean, bro gets held.
Yeah.
almost every single.
But you know what? Yeah, I watched him. It just didn't look like TJ, but that's just because Highsmith isn't there, and TJ is not getting breaks when Highsmith is not there.
No.
He's on the field like majority of the time, so you can really see that Highsmith is a big factor in this pass rush defense.
Yeah.
So,
But I
yeah.
would say the refs were a huge factor in
Yeah.
this game.
Oh, for
I
sure.
feel like
They
they've
always
just been
are.
against us all season.
They've always been against us. When's the last
Always.
time
I
they were
mean,
for us?
but like, I mean, you're talking two calls you could have called Flacco for intentional grounding in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
The stupid Minka penalty.
dude, do you even well, Tomlin said he called New York the next day and they said they messed that up. That's when the
Yeah.
game changed.
Yeah.
That was a third down. They gave them a first. They ended up scoring off that drive. We get the ball
Yeah.
back with the momentum we had, the way that Fields was playing, completely different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
The refs, I can't say that a single call lost us that game. You know, we could have said get an interception the next play, or
And you know what? We had a chance to have a game-winning drive. We just the
we screwed
snap
that up
messed
for
up.
ourselves.
Yeah.
But
So
that's when the game changed.
yeah, for
And
sure.
I mean, you can't bro. It's football. It's
Yeah, just
football.
let him play.
And you're expecting a free safety doing his job to go cover a receiver that's wide open to just stop. I mean,
Yeah, just like Madden glitch
it
stop or something like
literally what's his name? Off-brand T.Y. Hilton, who I now
that.
hate.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even know his name.
great value Hilton. Freaking, he
I did
dropped
not.
his
AD
shoulder.
Mitchell. Yeah.
He dropped it. Yeah, that guy. Screw you. He dropped his shoulder. He created the contact with with Minka. Minka was trying to pull up, slow down, and
Yeah.
they called that. I'm at the point where there should be every single call should be reviewable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it
Remember?
has another hour on to the game. Every single call should be reviewable.
Remember
If
whenever they did? They challenged pass interferences.
yeah, and remember
Oh.
how many of them they got wrong, and then now they're right. Well,
Yeah.
they haven't done that in a while. I haven't seen them challenge it for a PI in a
They
while.
don't. They took it off. Yeah, they
They
got rid
did
of it.
take it off,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. After
which is fix the
so many
refs
years.
then.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, yeah, I don't like refs. Anything else, Elijah?
Just I guess clock management at the end. We kind of wasted a timeout. Najee Harris didn't go out of bounds. I don't know. That last drive was just kind of a killer because we really had a chance, and I believe Justin Fields would have scored a game-winning touchdown.
The dumbest part about that is use a freaking timeout, Tomlin.
I
Use it.
know.
It's fourth down,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
right?
was. I can't remember. It may have been fourth down.
It was.
I
We
can
went for it on
remember.
fourth down.
Oh
Were we
yeah.
close to the end zone? I don't remember.
No, because we moved back. Remember, because we were at the 50, and
Oh
then that's
yeah.
when the snap thing happened. We went back 20. It was
Maybe
second and
not you.
23,
But
but
I
we
feel
didn't call
like
it
you do
time.
use the timeout at that point, and then you
No,
just
yeah,
go. You go for the sideline and then get out and try to kick a field goal.
mm-hmm,
You got to think over it rather than just kind of throwing your team out there and then
mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, but we can't be perfect.
No,
Only the 2020 Pittsburgh Steelers up until game 12 or whatever the heck.
at least it didn't take us to Washington. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh man. But it's kind of sucks that we did lose this game because again we've talked about how the next half of the season is going to be insane. But
we're both 4 for 4 right now in the year, right? For our
what do you
Steelers
mean?
predictions.
I think I don't know. I don't think I am. No, because I had them losing to the Chargers, I believe.
Okay. Well, I'm 4-0. Just saying.
Nice.
I'm cooking. Yeah,
Nice.
but I think that's it, right, for today's show.
I believe so. Yeah, nothing
Yeah.
I can think of.
Well, thank you for listening, everybody. We will see you next week on the Huddle. Big games that I will look forward to this weekend would be...
Yo, we got those Germany games this week?
Yeah, London games.
Oh,
Jets
London.
and Vikings. Nothing. I mean, Vikings can be 5-0. But Ravens, Bengals, that's going to be key for both teams. If Bengals win, they're both 2-3. If Ravens win, man, Bengals might just be looking for the draft at that point. We got Bills Texans. That game should be really good.
Yeah.
Packers Rams. I feel like that'll be a good game.
Yeah.
And then of course Sunday Night Football.
Here we go.
Dallas Cowboys, Pittsburgh Steelers. Give me your score predictions real quick.
I am going to go. I don't know. I'm going to go 23 to 15 Steelers.
Okay, I was going to go 23-17 Steelers.
All right.
But there's a lot of inactives on that Dallas team. Parsons is out. Bland is out.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot Parsons is out. That's a game changer.
Yeah. So let's see what you got, Fields. First game for the Steelers underneath that Pittsburgh sky at nighttime. And I don't know, man. I am pumped for this game. So, yeah, we'll see you all next week. Thank you for listening. Levi Jenkins alongside here with Elijah Coher. And this is The Huddle.
Go Pack Go. Peace.